Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a man named Sheikh Chilli. He was a very funny man who loved to daydream and tell tall tales. One day, Sheikh Chilli decided he wanted to build a huge palace for himself. He went to the marketplace and bought a huge bag of bricks. As he was carrying the bag of bricks on his head, he started imagining his grand palace. He walked with his eyes closed, lost in his dreams, and didn't notice where he was going. Suddenly, he walked straight into a tree. The bag of bricks fell off his head, and Sheikh Chilli fell down with a thud. He rubbed his head and looked around, feeling embarrassed. The villagers who had seen the whole thing started laughing. They asked him, "Sheikh Chilli, what were you thinking? How can you build a palace with just a bag of bricks?" Sheikh Chilli, undeterred by the laughter of the villagers, continued with his grand plans. He decided to visit the local ruler, the Na'ib, to seek his support for building the palace. When Sheikh Chilli reached the Na'ib's court, he told the guards, "I am Sheikh Chilli, the great builder. I have come to seek the Na'ib's permission to build a magnificent palace in his kingdom." The guards looked at each other and chuckled. They had heard of Sheikh Chilli's antics before. They allowed him to enter the court, where the Na'ib was holding a grand gathering. Sheikh Chilli bowed before the Na'ib and said, "Your Highness, I wish to build a palace that will be the envy of all kingdoms. With your permission and support, I can make this dream a reality." The Na'ib, amused by Sheikh Chilli's boldness, decided to play along. He said, "Sheikh Chilli, if you can build a palace as grand as you say, I will reward you handsomely. But if you fail, you must leave the kingdom forever." Sheikh Chilli agreed to the challenge and set to work. He gathered all the villagers and told them about the Na'ib's challenge. The villagers, knowing Sheikh Chilli's reputation, were curious to see what he would come up with. Sheikh Chilli then began to build his palace. He would pick up a brick, hold it up to the sky, and say, "This is the cornerstone of my magnificent palace." He would then place the brick on the ground and move on to the next one, repeating the process. The villagers watched in amusement as Sheikh Chilli continued this for days. Finally, when he had placed all the bricks in a neat row, he stood back and admired his palace. He then went to the Na'ib and said, "Your Highness, my palace is complete. Behold its grandeur." The Na'ib and the villagers couldn't contain their laughter. The Na'ib, impressed by Sheikh Chilli's creativity, rewarded him with a bag of gold coins. And so, Sheikh Chilli became known as the man who built a palace with just a bag of bricks. And his story was told for generations as a tale of humor and creativity.